SendMail. SendMail is another one of the major service that is used in Linux or Unix environment. SendMail is a program that is run in your Linux systems to send emails and receive emails. But I would say primarily it is used to send emails, because when you have a program running in your system or a workflow running in your system, and you do want it to be notified if the process finished or if the whole workflow finished successfully, you do want it to get an email at the end. That's when you actually have to have some kind of mailing program, and the most and readily used program that runs in Linux is SendMail. So the purpose is again to send and receive emails. The files, that the configuration files of SendMail is etcmail sendmail.mc, which is the main file. MC stands for mail configuration, and you configure everything in this, and once you actually compile this configuration file, it sends all its configuration to etcmail sendmail.cf. Many people go straight to sendmail.cf, which is also okay. It's fine. It's nothing that you're gonna break anything, but it is a standard and a practical way that you should always go to sendmail.mc and then compile it, start the system, start the SendMail, and it automatically push the changes out to this configuration file. All the configuration file of SendMail is located. All the files are located in etcmail directory. The service that you need to run or start with your system start and stop program is systemctl restart sendmail. SendMail is one of those programs that does not have D at the end, but it does not mean that it's not running at all times. It does run in the background. It is still a daemon, but it somehow never got a D at the end. The command that you will run if you want to send email out from your server would be mail-s, which is an option, and then in quotes you put a subject line followed by the email address that you are sending it to. Once you send it and hit return on your keyboard, it will bring you a kind of interactive or like VI kind of mode where you will type everything, and then once you are done, then you will just simply do Control D and it will get you out of that mail program and it will send the email out. So to illustrate that more, we'll get into our Linux machine and we'll look at some of the files and commands are related to SendMail. So we have our server here. We'll log in as ourself, and most likely, yep, it has already logged in as root. How do we verify it? We'll just run who am I, which is a command that tells you which user is logged in. I'm going to move the window to the side so we'll see exactly what we are doing based on our slide in the back. So the first configuration file is SendMail, but of course before we get into the files, the first thing what we need to do is we need to find out whether we have the SendMail program installed in our system. And how do we need to find that out? There is a command that you run, rpm-qa, and then you grep for SendMail. rpm-qa will list every single program or repository or package that you have installed in your system. So I ran it, I see it, it's not there. So the next thing we'll do is we will install it. To install a package, you'll run yum install SendMail. And of course, remember that this is going to go outside on the internet where all the CentOS repositories are located, and it will get that package from there. If you do not have internet access on your Linux machine, it's not going to work. It will fail. It says it cannot reach the internet or cannot reach the repositories mirrors. So once I run yum install SendMail, it's telling me that it found one package and the size. Do you want to install it? Yes, of course I do want to install it. I'll click yes, and it'll start installing it. Download, install, verify, clean up, all that stuff it's going to go through. Okay, the installation of SendMail is completed. Anyway, there is another package that you do need to install which does the configuration of your SendMail, and that is SendMail-CF. You click yes to install it. Okay, it is complete. It's awesome. So once you have the package installed, it means it already creates your directories for you where they belong. It already creates a configuration file for you. So the first thing we have to do is go to configuration file to define its configuration parameters. The configuration files, all of them are located in etc.mail, and you'll see right here the third one from the top. It says SendMail MC. This is where we will define our mail relay server. And what is a mail relay server? Mail relay server is a server that is set up in a company, in an environment, which will accept your emails that are coming from any of the server and then deliver. It's like a middleman which takes, on the left hand it takes your message, on the right hand it delivers it. It's a server as well. Sometimes it's a Windows server, sometimes it's Linux server, depending on your environment, but it's a mail relay server. Okay, so when we come down to this file, anything that starts with DNL, it means that it's just a comment. You could ignore that. We have to come down to a line where it says define smart host. And the smart host is our SMTP server or relay server, where we are going to send our emails and it's going to accept it. So you just put the host name with fully qualified domain name, meaning the host name dot your domain name .com. You will add it here. Once that is added, and next thing you have to do is you have to start the service. System CTL restart or start SendMail. Okay, the SendMail service has restarted. Let's check the status. It says it's up and running. You could also check the status of SendMail by running the command ps-ef, and then you could just simply grep for SendMail. And here it will tell you the second one. The first one is just telling you that it is accepting connections, and this is the main process that runs it. You could kill it by typing the command kill followed by the process ID 6023. Now you could send emails, and the command to send email is mail -s. Subject line is mail setup. And I wanted to send it to myself, so I'll put my email, which is imran_ny@hotmail.com. I hit enter, and once I hit enter, and that's where the mail body is. Whatever that you wanted to type, the text goes in. Hi, hello, goodbye. And once it's done, all you have to do is type Control D. Control D is typed, you will get out of your mail program, and that's how you send and configure your mail. Mail, again, once again, it's one of the critical services that oftentimes you do have to configure in your system. So familiarize yourself with the mail files, the configuration, how to start and stop this mail service, and how to monitor it, and how to send mails.